Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel where I get to share what's going on inside and outside of the shop and my head. I have a little bit of anxiety about this because number one, I don't like the sound of my own voice, and number two, I'm new at filming all this kind of stuff, so I hope you like it. So I made a router sled and a flattening table because I picked up this slab that was way bigger than anything I've worked on. It was over 9 feet long, and so I needed a way to flatten it, and my little tiny sled that I made wasn't going to do it. So this is what I did. So the first thing I did was I bought 2 pieces of 12-foot long aluminum, and I got it let's see, 6 inches wide by 3/16 thick. So I got 2 pieces like that, and then I slotted them 4 inches. Every 24 inches I put a 4-inch slot so I could raise it up and down. And then I also stuck these 1/2-inch spacers in there just to try and let some sawdust fall through the gaps on both sides of the table. And it kind of works, but I definitely needed some dust collection. I used 2 pieces of 1/8-inch angle, and I cut them to length to fit the width of my table. Then I cut a piece of plexiglass for width and length. And then for the rails, I used 1/8 piece of angle and mounted some ABS plastic to it for sliders. And they slide on the inside of the rail, like this. I added the wood at each end just so the router had something to bump up against to keep the blade from hitting the aluminum slide guide underneath. And then I had to put screws about every 6 inches because sawdust was building up under the plexiglass. Originally I had just screwed it down at each end and in the center, but that wasn't enough. So when I flattened this slab, I used my DeWalt DW618 router with the standard base on the bottom, and it worked pretty well, but man, there was a lot of chips and dust, and I didn't have my dust collection. Since my standard router base doesn't have a vacuum port on it, and I needed vacuum, I took off the base that it came with since it didn't fit my router sled, and I ended up making a square base that fit really nice.